Hey everyone, this is Venus Killian and my husband Eric Killian with Big Paws Maine Coons. Sorry, this is new for me to go live. I'm not comfortable in front of the camera, like I said before. But I wanted to introduce ourselves. So I'm Venus Killian, and I'm becoming a creator and have been a creator for quite some time now. I just have been doing it on the down low, but now I'm getting picked up by different companies, and I really enjoy it. I just don't like being in front of the camera. I'm learning. So I became a breeder. I've always wanted to be a breeder since I was a very young girl.
In 2019.
Yes, I became a breeder. So let me give some explanation here. My husband was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's in 2012. We have been living with this for a very long time. He never had any real symptoms until around
2018.
Yeah, 2018, he started having some symptoms, some pretty serious ones. And we had to make some choices. So I wanted to kind of give you a background on who we are and why we are the way we are and why I'm so quiet. I don't put my business out there. It's something I'm quiet about. I have not told a lot of people. A lot of our friends have disappeared because this is a hard thing to deal with. Dementia is a very difficult thing, but I love my husband so much. I've protected him for a very long time. I've tried because I didn't want people to treat him differently. So we have been working with the VA for quite some time to get him the help he needs. And they're doing a good job now. They were not there for a long time. They were not, and he was suffering. I know we don't have a lot of people on here yet, but eventually we will. But I would like you guys to understand why I am a creator and why I went into breeding early. I wasn't going to breed until I was fully retired. I am a realtor. Real estate I used to take him with me to work. I can't do that anymore. It's impossible. I love him so much that I don't want him to
around people. I can't be around people.
Yeah, and understand if he ever gets on social media and says things off color, he doesn't. I love you. I'm not trying to pick on you. I just want you guys to understand
He's what it is.
I know, honey. But he's on new meds. He's doing well. But we do go through some really lows. But I don't want him to have to go into any hospital. I want him to be with me, and I want to protect him. He is a disabled veteran. He doesn't deserve to be treated differently. He deserves to be respected. And he deserves to be treated with all the respect. I'm sorry, I might cry. I'm trying not to. But anyway, this is why I became a creator, because I need to be home with my husband. I cannot be out there working like I used to. I made $10,000 a month all the time, you know?
I can't be left alone no more.
No, you can't. But he disappears sometimes. He doesn't realize he does it. But you know what? We've got this. I've got this. I am on top of it. I love him. I'm not going to let him go through any bad things if I don't have to. But it took us a long time to get the right doctors, and we have them now at the VA. If you have a veteran and you believe that something's going on, please don't stop fighting. You go fight for that veteran. You don't get a divorce because it's hard. You fight for him or her, because things that are going on you don't realize are actually dementia, or it could be sugar. Sugar and dementia are horrible together, horrible, and we are dealing with both. So we now know we are on top of it. So again, I'm becoming a creator, a lot bigger creator, and I am in TikTok shop now. Thank you so much for the gifts. I am not very good at this. Please forgive me because I'm not good in front of a camera. I am trying so hard. Please just be kind, be patient, and I will be better. I promote as much as I can. I'm going to do more because this is going to be my form of income now, because real estate is just too difficult to be out there without my husband. Somebody has to be with him to protect him, and I don't want people picking on him. So, and the only way that I can do that is to be with him. And so becoming this creator on TikTok shop, which is amazing. I have to tell you guys, I have sold quite a bit. I haven't made any money yet, but I will. I know I will. I have on Amazon. I became an Amazon influencer quite some time ago. I'm also a Walmart influencer. Since I started posting on here with that's how I got into TikTok Shop. They saw my videos and realized I was an influencer already. And I always do voiceovers, just so you know, because I don't like being in front of the camera. I'll just voice over and just make a video. But I'm trying to get outside my comfort zone, and this is outside my comfort.
God pushed you to do it.
Yes, God did push me to do it. He made me. I got some emails from some very big companies, and they would like me to be exclusive with them. I mean, I'll be their creator, but not that I can't create for others, because I can. But they would like me to be their specific creator, which is pretty awesome, I think, when that happens. And I don't know, it'll work or it won't, but I cannot. What's that mean?
Oh.
What does that mean when somebody does that? I have no idea what that means.
You gotta tell them what it is.
Viewers.
The finger going across the screen.
What is the finger that goes across the screen, y'all? I have no idea what that means. We're notifying viewers that you are, oh, okay. Keep original, we're letting more viewers. What? I don't know what this all means. So I'm learning. I don't know how to do lives. And I am trying so hard. But I do want you guys to know that this is who I am, and that I will be promoting a lot more products besides my kitties. I mean, you guys know that we have some big cats. I mean, because that's why you're
really
here.
Lovable.
They're
and
super.
They feel at home.
They're super lovable, and I train my animals, so they're very well trained. As soon as you like it, when I tell them it's night time, they go to their respective enclosures and go to sleep, because I don't want them running around at night. I want them protected. So that's what we do. We say night time, and they go. But they high five, they sit, they love to be on my husband's chest. They just love him so much. They love us all, but everybody who has one of our cats absolutely loves them. Thank you for joining, y'all. I am not, like I said, I'm not good at this. I hope you understand that I don't like to put my business out there. I don't like to put our personal information out there, but it's really important that you all know that if you have a veteran and your veteran's changing, and if he's suicidal or does something out of the norm, does something to you out of the norm, which is not normal, like if he gets physical, if he or she starts talking different, just a lot of stuff.
Mean.
Yeah, being mean. He's aggressive sometimes, but this new med is so much better. But
But I don't hate you.
No, you don't. You are a wonderful person. You've always been a wonderful person. That's why I love you so much, because you're amazing. And I'm going to tell you that this was the hardest thing for me to do, is to get out here and say it, because he does have dementia. I don't want to step on him or do something that he is unaware of. I want him to know that I'm doing this for him and for other veterans. Please do not ignore the changes in your veterans. Female, male, doesn't matter. If you're fighting more, if he's stepping out and doing things that are not, if he's drinking more, that's a big sign. We're not drinkers, neither one of us. We don't drink. But one night was a bad night. I never wanted to tell this story. It's a very hard story to tell, and I might cry, because it wasn't him. This day we were working on our boat, and he was flipping the boat over to paint the bottom. I could see something was different, and I called my neighbor. I said, "Hey, have you guys been drinking? Because Eric can't drink." And he said, "No." He goes, "But something's wrong with him." And I go, "I know, he's different, right?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "He's dangerously different." And I said, "Okay." "Okay, it's not me." And then he came in, and he said, "I'm getting in the hot tub." And I was like, "No, not without me, you're not," because I didn't want him to get hurt. So I went in the hot tub with him, and he just was different. It wasn't him. Are you okay with me telling this story?
I don't give a shit.
No, don't talk like that, please. He wants to see the audio or hear the audio, and I don't want him to, because that's not who he is. This is not who he is. But that night, he changed. It wasn't him. I could see the change in him immediately. His eyes changed, his voice changed, everything. And I was like, something's wrong. And then he told me he was done with this life. I'm done with this life. And we have lots of guns. But I didn't, and they're locked up. But he got in that. He ran to my closet where we lock them up, and he literally ripped every gun case apart. I was praying to God, please help me. I can't do this. Protect us. And he tried to shoot himself, and he tried to shoot me. And he was just not him. He was just whack, and his voice was different. Everything was different. And I was like, what is going on? This is not you. You're not suicidal. This is not you. Stop. And I started praying and like, God, help me. My daughter's a cop. Was a cop. She's no longer a cop. She's retired. But I've not told my family about this, him going through all this stuff, because I've been trying to protect him and I didn't want him to be treated differently. So I know this is a long live, but I think people need to hear this. So he went and he ripped these gun things apart by bare hand. He literally he cocked these guns and he kept shooting at himself, but they kept jamming. And we shoot these guns all the time. We go shooting regularly. And I'm like, what the heck? This was a totally God thing. I grabbed the first gun, and I threw it against the wall, praying, don't let it go off. Because I don't want to die. I don't want him to die. I love him. And he went for the next gun. It was like gun. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden he went limp. He literally went limp and started throwing up. I'm like, what is going on? And so I freaked out. I calmed down. I prayed, and it's all on audio. This whole thing is on audio, and I don't want him hearing it. He wants to hear it. I don't want him to hear it. When he does hear it, it has to be the right time. He's doing so much better. He's on a great med. We were going to do a brain surgery, but the doctor said that it's the benefit doesn't outweigh the risk. So it's kind of.
I don't remember any of that.
He has no knowledge, zero knowledge of what happened. Zero. When I called,
just woke up with a bunch of bruises.
I know. So I called my daughter and I said, oh my God, I didn't know what to do. It was, I think, midnight, and I had gotten him finally in a bed. I got him in the bed. He was out, and I was freaking, and I didn't know what to do. And so I called my daughter, and I knew in my heart and soul, I knew, because she's a cop, she had to turn it in, but I didn't know what to do. And I called her, and I just said, I don't know what to do. I need help. And she knew. She could hear it in my voice. She knew something was wrong, and it was serious. I just told her, I said, look, Eric just tried to kill us, and I need help. It's not Eric. This isn't Eric. And she goes, what? She goes, no, Mom, that's not Eric. She goes, I'm on my way. She stayed on the phone with me, but she called really wonderful officers that came here. I freaked out. I wouldn't let her in. I'm like, no, you're not taking my husband. You're not putting him in prison. It's not him. He didn't do anything wrong. It's not him. There's something else going on. He's got dementia, and it's serious dementia. And it's something else beyond that, because he just changed. And so I'm like, it wasn't him. I know it wasn't him. And so she came in, and she brought in an advocate who came in. I allowed her, and they went in there, and they said, oh my gosh, do you know that his blood sugar is 600? And I'm like, what? He's got 600 blood sugar? And his blood pressure was 288 over something. I don't know. It was high. And
I remember as being handcuffed.
Yeah, they did handcuff him and take him in. I'm like, please don't take him to jail. They said, no, we're not taking him to jail. We're taking him to the hospital, but we have to protect him. And I was like, okay. And I just felt so guilty. I had so much guilt. Because I thought he's going to hate me, but I had to do something. I had to protect him and us. And I hid for a long time, y'all. I hid for a long time because I didn't know what to do. And I felt trapped, and I wanted him to be okay. My kids were scared because they thought that he was going to hurt me, and he won't. He's not that person. And so Amber told the hospital and everybody, like, that's not my dad. That's not my Eric. And that's not who he is. And then when they seen that the blood sugar was off and everything was off, and he also
still not all blood sugar.
No, I know that, baby. I know. We know that it's the dementia, it's the brain issues, because he got hit in the military. He's got a lot of military injuries. So there's a lot of things playing against him. So remember that, please. Get the blood sugar checked, the A1C. Check for dementia. Get those MRIs. Do the things that need to be done.
And they can call the veteran hotline.
Protect your veterans. Protect them. Be there for them. I have not been able to work the way I normally work. So our income has dramatically changed. So because of that, I'm an influencer. So I want you guys to understand, when I'm putting stuff out there, please, if it's not about my cats, it will be about my cats, because I build all our cages. I'll be doing tools. I'll be doing all kinds of things because I am very handy. I build all of our towers. I build everything. And I do it because I don't want enclosures that are so small. I want big ones for my babies, because I love these cats. I've always wanted to breed them. And I got started earlier. I'm only 57. I didn't plan on retiring until I was in my 60s, but I'm semi-retired now because I do have an assistant who runs my real estate stuff. But I have to tell you, I can't go and work like I used to on real estate, because he used to go with me. But I can't do that anymore because I have no idea what he might say to a client. And it's quite funny sometimes. I have a very good friend breeder. Let me tell you this story. Very good friend breeder, Kaylee's Coons. Wonderful woman. One day I saw a statement and he goes, "Oh my gosh, what do you say you said on this statement?" I saw it on Facebook, and he's like, "Oh, you look sexy." And I was like, "Oh, shoot." And so I immediately reached out to Kaylee and said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." Because she said, "Aren't you Venus's husband?" And he goes, "Well, yeah." And she's like, "I thought so." She said something funny, and it was like stupid or something. I don't know. It was just really funny, but it wasn't her personality. I know. She was just like going, "What?" And so she was just trying to say, "Don't hit on me." And he wasn't hitting on her. He was just being nice. And so I immediately reached out and said, "Hey, he has dementia, and he will say things thinking that it's a normal thing to say, and it's not. And I apologize, but please just don't take that as it was like he was hitting on you. He wasn't." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you called me, because I was wondering." And I was like, "No, and I explained the whole thing to her, and she's been so wonderful. I love her. She has one of my cats and I have one of her cats. So I just love her. So she's breeding one of mine, I'm breeding one of hers, and she's just a wonderful breeder. But so I love him so much. Love your veteran. Put your veterans first, and don't get a divorce because it's hard. There's usually
There's the veteran hotline.
Yes, there is the veteran hotline, and then there's things that they will help you with, but you, the wife, the husband, have to fight for your veteran, because the VA will not fight for you.
They don't know what's going on.
They don't understand, because they go through so many other people. But once they saw what was going on with my man, they listened. They finally listened, and now he's getting the help he needs. Thank God. Thank you, Lord, for putting him first. We love him so much. My whole family does. But I needed to put this out there so that you understand that I am an influencer on trying to make money differently. This is a whole new process.
Don't come around. Why?
Well, honey, it was because when things happened, it's not that they don't come around, babe. It's to protect them, because they don't understand. When you get snappy, they don't understand that it's not them that you're mad at. It's your situation, that you're just frustrated. Because when you can't remember something, you get very frustrated, and I know what's going on, but they don't. So it's not fair to them to be treated a way that they don't understand. So it's not you. It's not on you. The kids are just protecting them to make them know, and they're learning now. They understand that when you get a little edgy, it's not at them. It's a situation within yourself. It's not you. Okay? And Amber knows that, and so does Vance. They all know. We have 7 grandchildren, and we have almost an 18-year-old granddaughter who comes around regularly, but because she drives. But and Amber's been wonderful about getting the grandkids over here, and you get really mad, like, especially when you don't know what's going on. And a lot of my friends, y'all know who you are, that have walked away. I'm going to tell you, there's a really good friend of mine that was my very good friend. And he treated my husband so badly. And he was the only friend in our circle who knew what was going on with him. He was our only friend who knew what was going on with him. And I will not say his name. But he is the only one who knew and treated him so badly. And the fact that he thinks that he did nothing wrong, I don't want to be friends with that kind of person. When you know somebody has dementia and they say things or they snap or they do things differently, you, the person who doesn't have a medical issue, has to be better than that. And especially in our friend circle, and you're the only one who knew, you need to be better than that. Then that's the wrong kind of friend to be around us. So we have really protected ourselves. We have sheltered ourselves. I'm getting out there more. We are definitely getting out there more because now people know. He wears a bracelet that if something happens, they can find me, so that, you know, they can get him back to me. My daughter is on the medical list so that if anything happens, she can do anything for me with him. So like if I can't make a decision or something, you know, if I'm not around or because I'm working, she can handle it. She's been wonderful. I love my Amber Buckaloo. And on here.
Shouldn't have said her name. Shouldn't have said her name.
Why?
She probably don't want you to do it.
Yes, she does. She knows. She already knows. She's okay. Amber's okay. But I love my Amber. And I love my son. My son is amazing too. And I love all my grandkids. We have 7 of those things and they are blessings. They do come around more now and we go there more. But for the time that we were adjusting meds, it was very difficult to have them around. So because I don't want them to feel like they're being attacked. But so I'm doing this live. If you've entered, because I became a breeder early, I've retired early, and I'm becoming an influencer earlier than I had planned. And my husband has dementia. It was early onset in 2012. He is only 54 years old. In 2012, he was diagnosed, but it didn't come full-fledged until about 2018. It started really showing its ugly face.
So I got medically retired at work. I couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
It pissed me off.
Yeah, and if you know anything,
I still can't do shit that I used to know.
I know, babe. But that's not on you. It's okay. You're doing so much better, though. This new med is amazing. And then the new, he's also a diabetic on top of all of that. So you've got sugar issues, you've got dementia issues, and he's doing so much better. So,
but my sugar normal isn't normal.
No, it isn't normal.
But it's normal for me.
Yeah, he can't get below 220. He tries really hard, but he can't get below 220. Thank you for joining, y'all. Thank you for, I don't know how to do this live stuff. I'm learning. But I just really wanted to get the knowledge out there to protect your veterans. Female, male, doesn't matter. You stand up for them. You, the wife, the husband, whoever the veteran is, you stand up for them. If you're a veteran, go get your disability. You deserve it. You deserve it. You put your time in. You deserve it. And my husband's 100%. My son is 100%. He went to Afghanistan, Iraq. He came back all messed up.
That was ugly.
That was very ugly. But he's doing well now. But he deserved it. It took him years to finally accept the fact that he deserved it. And he does. So he's 100%. My daughter is a veteran who's disabled. My son-in-law is disabled, veteran, Air Force. We're all Air Force except for my son is a Marine. And I fought that real hard. I wanted him to go in the Air Force. But he's a wonderful boy. His name's Vance, and I love him so much. I love all of my family. And then my son-in-law, Eddie, amazing. I have to tell you, Eddie is a rock. And he is the blessing that my daughter needed.
His wife saved him.
Oh, for Vance, yeah. Vance is a blessing. And his wife is a true blessing. Her name's Angela, and she's a nurse. She was a real estate with me for a while, but her love is nursing, and she's amazing. She works in ICU, and I love her. But So, and I love all of my grandchildren. I just would like you guys to remember that these veterans go through a lot. They're not going to tell you what they're feeling. He doesn't tell me. I just know. I know him. And then when I see that something's different, I call his doctor and say, look, something's wrong. The meds aren't working. And then they get us in right away. They say, okay, let's change this. And they do. And so we do that. And then it takes a few weeks. Sometimes it's 3 weeks, but we get it. It goes. So I don't know. I'm not good at this stuff. If you guys have questions, please ask me. If you have to text me on here, please do. If you have a problem with VA, I can help you. Like, there's things that you can do to get that help. But it took us years. I'm telling you, years. My children didn't know about the dementia until 2 years ago. They kind of knew, but not really, until the big thing happened this year. Until that very big bad thing happened. And then they all know now. And I'm just so proud of my husband because he allows me to help him. And a lot of them, you have to push them. You gotta be the pusher. So do it and put your husband and your spouse, your wife first. Fix those veterans. Don't let VA push them aside, sweep them, because that's what's been going on with us. And now he's getting the help he needs. And if I seem a little different sometimes, it's because I'm dealing with something. And I try really hard not to show it. Like I said, I don't put my stuff out there. I'm very private. But this needs to be told. This story needs to be told, and people need to know about it and know that just because your veteran's stressed, things are changing, get their A1C tested, get that MRI done, have them checked for, you may have to ask privately because your veteran's not going to listen, and you may need to talk to that doctor privately and say, look, he needs to be tested for something in his brain because he's changing. So if that's the case, you've got to ask for that MRI to see if he has dementia, because he could have early onset, because injuries can cause that, brain injuries especially. Chemicals too. They worked with chemicals that destroy them. So all of your veterans did way back early. They dealt with a lot. So just put them first and understand divorce doesn't fix it, because it only gets worse. For you, because you just let your man go or your wife go for no reason, because if they get on the meds, they're going to be okay. But I will tell you it's hard. This is not easy, but I love him and I won't let anybody treat him badly. So I don't know if you guys, I hope I'm doing this right. And I hope I'm saying it right. And I hope that I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking for you guys to keep supporting me.
Crisis line.
Yes, don't forget, there's a crisis line that you can call, the VA crisis line. I don't know that number by heart, but there is one. And when I do my next live, I'll put it out there for you all.
Isn't it 22 vet?
It might be. It might be, but I'll look it up. And I haven't used it much now, but I was using it for a while because I was having a really hard time figuring out what I was going to do and how I was going to handle this. Because I didn't want people to know. But you don't have a choice when you have a veteran going through this. You don't have a choice. You have to ask for help. I had the hardest time stepping out my comfort zone and asking for help. To ask my daughter to help me was god awful. I mean, awful, because I don't do that. I don't ask for help, and I'm just that person who can just take care of myself. I've always been able to just do whatever and be okay. So I hope this helps you guys understand who I am. Again, Venus Killian, Eric Killian. We have Big Paws Maine Coons. I do have a partner. Her name is Jamie Mamie now. Jamie Mamie, that's funny. But it's Jamie Gordon. She's my partner. I brought her on when I was going through a lot. And I brought her on because I couldn't handle all of it by myself. And I almost gave up breeding. And then I brought her on, and helped me so much. She is so well rounded medically, all kinds of things she's good at. So now I'm good at it because she taught me. So I can pretty much medically do anything with my animals, or any animal.
Don't
really.
You get your vets?
I do. All of our cats that are out there, and some of you guys know, I probably shouldn't say this, but I had a I don't know what that did. I don't know what that did, but it went and said to go team up or something. I don't know what that means. But we have VA, we have Champ VA, he has, what do you have? What's it called when you get old? What's that, medical?
Oh.
No, your other medical.
Oh.
From the government.
Oh.
Oh, never mind. It's like another thing they give you. But he's got 2 medicals, and we also have his retirement medical. So I have Champ VA and his retirement medical, so we're good there. And then, and he has his VA and his other medical, which I don't know what it's called, but it's the government one. I don't know. It's when you get old, they give it to you, or when you're disabled, they give it to you. And that covers most of his medical. But we still have bills.
You're talking about veterinarians?
No, I'm talking about your medical, because it said team up with medical, and I didn't understand what that meant. Something came on my live and said team up with medical, and I don't know how to do that. So I don't know what it meant. So if you guys do, tell me, because I'm trying to read these as I go, and I'm sorry, I'm not really good at this. I will go back through these, and I will answer any questions you have, especially when it comes to our situation. And if you do go through where your vet tries to kill you, please reach out and get help, because it's usually not them. It's usually something else underlying. Especially if your vet is not like that. If your husband or your spouse is not like that, and you know for a fact they're not like that, it's underlying health conditions that need to be addressed, especially if it's really quick. But I hope that this helps somebody out there, and I hope that if you're going through this, you're not alone. I thought I was alone, to be honest with you. I thought I was all by myself and nobody could help me. I have this wonderful friend, Marcus. I love him. Marcus is great. He always reaches out and checks on us. He checks to make sure we're doing okay. He knows something's wrong when I don't respond. He'll keep going. He'll keep, he'll just jab me all the time. But he's one of my husband's very, very good friends. And he always makes sure I'm okay, because he knows what's going on. Not many people out there know, but now they do, because we're putting this out there, and I hope this helps somebody. I really do. Thank you for all of your guys' support, and support us on TikTok shop. Please support us, and please keep sharing us. Please keep buying our products. I will put more out there. If there's something you want me to bring in, let me know, because other companies are reaching out to me, and I do so many different things with the animals. And
wasn't I being mean to the cats?
Yes, you were, but he doesn't anymore. That was a really weird situation. See, so see how he changes, like he'll come in and he'll say something. This is normal. This is a normal situation. And I'm not trying to exploit him. I really am not. I'm not exploiting him, because I asked him first, but also it needs to be told, and people need to know how to get help and know that you're not alone. You are not alone. I promise you. I'm here. There's many of us going through it. Many of us who wanted to walk away. Many of us who wanted to divorce because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know why. Why is this happening? Why is he changing? Why is my husband not my husband anymore? But he is. Underneath there, he is. And now he is again. He's funny as all get out. Like, sometimes I have to make him love me again. I have to say, who I am. Sometimes he'll go, what? And I'm like, I'm your wife. Don't you remember that?
I do that.
Sometimes. It's so funny, but then he forgets that he does it. So I'm just like, no, I love you. You love me. It's fine. But I do love him so much. And we try to make a joke of it. Oh, here's one of our gals. This is Buggy. She's going to Ohio. This is Miss Buns. Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. You're going to Ohio to be with Miss Kaylee. Yes, you are. So Kaylee is going to get her. She's been wanting a black for a while, and I went ahead and I'm going to be taking. I just think that this is a great little girl. She's one of our great little babies, aren't you? Are you one of our great little babies? This is Diesel's baby. One of our big black boys. So I don't know if you're supposed to say that, but he is black. I mean, they look like panthers. I mean, look at this. This is a girl. This is a girl. Look at her. Ta-da! Look at those ears. Oh my gosh, look at those ears. Kaylee, if you're on here, look at these ears. Look at my girl. I love her. And she's small. To me, she's small. We've got another big girl here that we're keeping, and her name is Athena. But yeah, your mom girl, but you
Let me have her.
You can have her. Go ahead.
Come here, Buggy.
They love him. They all love him. Look at these tails, man. They got tails for days. But yeah, Buggy. She's a big old lovey, but she will be going to be with Miss Kaylee's coons. Yes, you will. You got a little Buggy right there. There, I got it. But we are breeders, and we do this because we love it. We love breeding. I've always wanted to do this for my whole life. I knew I'd do it in retirement, and we do it to keep the line around. We don't want this line going extinct. I don't know if you know, but a lot of these beautiful, beautiful cats have changed, and they're not Maine Coons anymore. Some of them, you look at them and you go, that's not a Maine Coon I remember. But so we've been breeding them, and we want to keep the line strong, and we also show our cats. So if you're ever at a show, you'll find us. And they are 100% beautiful. And I don't know, I should grow. Well, the boys are sleeping. I'll show you guys more stuff later, but I more wanted to come on here and introduce us and tell you, hello, we're Big Paws Maine Coons, Venus Killian, Eric Killian, and Jamie Mamie is our partner, and we're here, and we're not going anywhere. We're never going to close down. We're never going to stop breeding. But this is something we love doing, and they are so good. These cats are so good for veterans and mental health. So if you have a guy,
Don't you have them with special needs?
Yes, I do a donation every couple of litters. I donate to autistic children and veterans who need them. And I usually ask for a letter and a video for somebody to send me. And then I pick through those to see who actually needs it, because these cats are expensive. They're very expensive. They are not cheap, that's for sure. Like my one I got in Norway was $8,000, and then getting it here and everything was over 15. And then
tell them how much.
No, you can say that you can tell them that stuff. Everything was over 15. And then
tell them how much.
No, you can say that you can tell them that stuff. But like when you're breeding, you got to pay for the stock, man. You've got to bring them in, and you've got to get your line strong, and you got to get them healthy. You got to make sure you get a healthy line. You go through a lot of cats to get the healthy cat, so when you think you're going to become a breeder, don't just think you're going to become, I'm a breeder today, because it doesn't work like that. You got to go through a lot. You got to go do the testing, make sure they're healthy. I've got a couple that I'm not going to breed because they're not strong. They're not the strong line. So unfortunately, they were not breedable. So they're being rehomed. Unfortunately, it sucks when you bring a cat in and you can't breed it. And they're not really super healthy. You hope that they're going to be okay. You do. And you do everything. Look at this. This is how all of our cats are. All of them. Even the ones that go home. This is how they are. They're all like this. But they're super loving. This my buggy. But if you guys need anything veteran wise, if you need to talk about it, please email me.
Talk to veterinarians.
Yeah, veterinarians. I talk to veterinarians with all of my cats that are out there, because a lot of vets have no idea how to treat a Maine Coon. They have no idea because they're different. They're not like a regular cat. They have to be vetted differently.
Didn't Cox have one?
Yes, Dr. Cox, my vet, has a cat, and I made sure he had one because I wanted him to learn the line. And now he knows the line, and he loves them. He's like, he adores them, and now he doesn't tell my clients that they're full grown in a year.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's Cross Point. Cross Point Veterinary Clinic, one of the best clinics around. But they are amazing, and so I'm here for you. I'm here for all of you. Please support us. When I put my videos out there, they may not be great. Please be kind. I'm not really good with ugliness. I'm not good at it. I don't take it well, and I wear it very, very, very on my face. You'll see it because I can't stand ugly, and I don't like mean people. It's just not me, and I don't know how to combat mean. That's why I'm private. I'm like, keep my life private, and I don't tell anybody about our life. This is the first time we've come out to tell people. So, and I needed to do that so you guys know who we are. I hope this helps you understand who we are, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. I'm really trying. Thank you so much for all your support. I don't know what I'm doing. And I will keep trying, and I will keep getting better.
You little turd.
But thank you again.
No biting.
And like I said, I'm here, and I just wanted to introduce us and give it. Don't bite, baby. You know better. She just likes to put her teeth on you to tell you she loves you, but she's not biting. That's his way. But aren't they great? These cats are great. I don't know how.
I'm not feeling good.
So anyway, I do donate. So if you're a veteran who is in serious need, we do donate. We pick our time when we are, and I know she knows. And that's the other thing. They know that when you don't feel good, they're there for you. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to. I hope this helps somebody. I hope our story helps somebody.
Come back?
And I just do. And if you need anything, we're here. Thank you for coming into our live, and I'll get better at these. I promise I'll get better at these. I'm just not good at it right now. Thank you, and have a blessed day, everybody. This is Venus Killian, Eric Killian with Big Paws Maine Coons, and I am an influencer. Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to save it.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just going to let it go.